Hello to my Virgos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, Virgos. Okay, so we are at the end. We are this is the eve of the new moon in Gemini. Yeah, in Gemini. So what's coming up for the next 7 days? What's coming up for the next 7 days? Hopefully you are having a great day on today as you all are getting ready for this rebirth, new moon in Gemini. Gemini, by now you know, rules third house. Third house is all about early education, intelligence, sibling interaction, logic, reason, communication, skills, short trips, hobbies, all those things. The moon is in Taurus. And what that does for you all is um, when the moon is in Taurus, what that helps you with is your remarkable endurance, underlined by the stability and persistence of a Taurus. The moon is an excellent combination to achieve success in material wealth. So, okay, all right. So ask yourselves, where have you compromised your self-worth, and how can you reclaim your self-worth, right? So Taurus rules, like I said, second house. And the second house is all about personal resources, money habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, your income. Great time to focus on that. Great time, great time, great time. So have you overstayed your time on a job, around people, places, and things? What have you compromised, right? So this is a great time to start thinking as you are closing out a cycle. And let's get into it. Let's set the tone for your reading. Let's do that. Let's set the tone. All right. So I am valued by my community. I am valued by my community. So the I am factor would be source. All right. And let's get an angel number out here. Let's do that. Let's get an angel number out here. Ooh. All right. So let's get two. So someone is a light worker, and then we have protective magic 444. So here we have 911. So you are being called upon. So your angels call upon you to use your spiritual development to inspire others. You possess the gifts of spirit to remind people that your higher powers rest inside of them. The time is now to make changes in your life so as to carry out this divine calling. Reflect on how you can contribute to the healing of the world around you. So this is not, so this is an emergency. So somebody's been kind of sort of feeling like, okay, I need to kind of get to it. 411, protective magic. So your prayers are being heard. So you are being heard. Be assured that your angels are guiding you. So surrounding you and answering your prayers for protection. It may be a time of struggle, but you are being led into the light by divine forces. Take a moment now to thank your angels for their protective presence in your life. That's right. So that is important. Let's get into it. So that's the overarching question. Yeah. So, all right, where have you been compromising your self-worth, and how can you reclaim it? How can you reclaim that? How can you reclaim your self-worth? Yeah. Have you been undervaluing yourself on a job, friendships, in the physical realm? Taurus is we're not talking about any people that are Taurus. We're talking about your second house, you know. Um, just knowing your self-worth. Have you been staying around people, places, and things that you feel like it's just been for them? They have been undervaluing your worth. All right. So yeah. So a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. Here's the 9 of Cups here. Yeah. So Source really wants you all to live a softer life, right? So again, you've been giving a lot of time and energy to maybe the physical realm, right? Physically giving time and energy to people, places, and things that may have been undervaluing you, and it has been compromising your money, right? Mainly two types of energies for them. It's just been a transaction. It's just been like, what can I get from Virgo? Like, what can I get from Virgo? If it, for them, it's been all about the almighty, whatever the currency is in your country. So in the US would be almighty dollar, right? So if they're getting something it's just been a transaction for them. And so for you as a light worker, and you just got to know that your energy is protected. So if it's, or can they get a babysitter? You know what I'm saying? So source is saying to you, this is a time of release. You're not a fool. You're a light worker. So it's time to leave the trying to make a decision. And you can do it. That color yellow right here. See this amethyst right here? Source is saying, hey, you can do it. You can do it. Know your self-worth. Value. Know your value. Know your self-worth. You are valued by your community. The great I am is inside of you. That's what Source is trying to do, is like keep your vibrations high. Like leave behind the distractions. Don't pay. See this right here? Don't pay any attention to people who hold on to this value of, like, they hold on to the value of money. They like assign your worth to how much they can get from you, right? And so it's like, okay, that's, they assign what your worth is. Like they only have a smile on their face based on what they can get out of you monetarily. Like, so they're smiling and grinning in your face when they can get something of value from you. If they can borrow your car, um, get babysitting services out of you, how much work they can squeeze out of you by the end of the week. Everybody else is enjoying their life, healthy work-life balance. Y'all get the point, right? The source is saying to you, when you know your worth and your value, you balance it out. So this is what source is saying. This is how you're going to live a softer life. This is how you're going to see more money come across your path. Yeah, some people are just built that way. Some people really are just built that way. And so, yeah, so don't sacrifice. You made too many sacrifices already. So here's the hangman here. So you've already made too many sacrifices, because those energies will sacrifice you while you are in hermit mode. So turn the light on. The light has come on inside of you already while you're in hermit mode. They will sacrifice you in a heartbeat and won't think 2 seconds about it. So let those seeds grow. Yeah. And so something has come out of the soil in you, because those roots run real deep, right? So source is saying to you, that's not being negative. That's just being aware, right? A light has come on inside of you while you were in hermit mode. It's like something runs real deep around money. And so those weeds, that seed has been planted, and it runs deep, like generationally, it runs deep for some people. So source is saying, hey, once that came out of the ground, meaning that once you are aware, like no matter where you go, no matter where that energy goes in the world, you keep hearing the same thing about that particular energy. Is like, if it don't make if it's not about money, then that energy is not, no matter where it goes, you're hearing the same thing about it. It's about money. So source saying, you better wake up. Better wake up. So emotionally, like I said, for you, your wishes are being fulfilled. So yeah. So you can move on from heartbreak. You can move on from the disappointment of heartbreak, deep disappointment and heartbreak. You can just move on from it. You can move on from it, because you're hearing the same thing over and over and over again, because the roots really run just deep, right? So you're not a fool at all. If you thought you were a fool, I mean, you're not, um, some people, for them, that's their security, and that's okay. I mean, if that's what makes them feel secure. I mean, for some people, if you look at it this way, it can be their, because you never know that what started that for some people. Like, um, what started that emotion, for some people, because before 9 there was 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Before people would get their wishes fulfilled. I mean, people had to go through many trials and tribulations emotionally before they got their wishes fulfilled, before they felt like they were jumping out of a treasure chest. Look how many sacrifices, how many energies had to be sacrificed, you know. So somebody was in hermit mode before this energy got their wishes fulfilled. So somebody was in hermit mode. So this wasn't built. You heard the term Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So you heard that term right there. So somebody had to be sacrificed. Somebody felt like they had to do something. They had to soldier on. They had to do something. Um, you know. So somebody had to finally pay them to do something, to burst through some soil. They had to break somebody's heart that they love. They had to crack somebody's heart wide open before they were able to finally feel like they hit the jackpot, and they were able to do. They had to finally sacrifice somebody that they love, like really make somebody look like a fool before, you know, they were able to do something. And so that person was you. That person was you. And I'm talking to you not just if your sun sign is Virgo. That is wherever your sixth house, even my cross watcher. So that fool was you. Somebody had to make you look like a fool. Somebody had to sacrifice you before they got what they wanted. And so they had to break your heart, right? But the thing about you being in tune with your birth chart is that you adapt quickly, right? You're a mutable sign, so you adapt quickly. So stay focused, stay focused, stay focused, right? There's two sides of the sword, two sides of the sword, right? So stay focused. Don't go to the dark side of 8, which is someone who succumbs to passive and powerless behavior or egotistical, materialistic, and forceful, right? Remember, source is trying to keep you at high vibrational. Stay high vibrational. So that's what a light worker does. You've gone through a dark night of the soul. Stay in the light. You've been enlightened, okay? So don't do something foolish like going backwards when you know something was transactional. That's just how, I'm telling you, that's just how some people are wired. They've done something foolish. They have chosen a side. You choose yours. Save yourself. Yeah, don't go back to something in hindsight. You looking back right here, Knight of Cups. Something is inverted. See this right here, this horse? Somebody was looking for you to save them. They were looking for you to save them. And so they decided, hey, if they're not going to save me, I'm going to save myself. And all it took, this is where the line, they crossed the line. This is where they crossed the line. This is where it went from deep waters to sand, right? They crossed they crossed that line, and they said, okay, if they won't save me, then all it's going to take is money for me to make them look like a fool. And that's exactly what they did. So they crossed the line. And so them crossing the line, they should not be able to come back. They should never be able to come back. Never. So you need to wake up real fast. You need to get very clear, put some glasses on real fast. You are a light worker. You are a light worker. Step into the light. Step into the light. There it is. You're a light worker. There it is. Light high priestess. Step into the light. It doesn't take much for some people. I'm telling you, source, somebody found their demons. It doesn't take light. It doesn't take much. Doesn't take much to do a destiny swap. 8 of Swords. So this is where you have been initiated by source, by the creator. Wake up. You have been initiated by source. So source is saying to you, it doesn't take much. Some people, like I said, are moved by their emotions. And somebody sees something clearly now. Somebody is not moved by money. Somebody is not moved by money, and some people are. Some people are not moved by the physical realm. So source is saying to you, no matter how much money or physical realm, some people are not moved by that. You can toss money in people's faces. You can take away physical realm. Some people have had everything taken away from them, and people have teased them, tried to make them make a fool out of them. Humiliation ceremony up and down, all over the place. Humiliation, everything. Have tried to make them threaten them with this and that, the whole 9 yards. Humiliation ceremony everywhere. And so source is saying somebody had to make you look like a fool to bring you to the light side, to make you look to the light side. So source is saying adapt. You're on the light side of things. 7 of Cups. Scales from your eyes are now been removed. 6 of Cups. So now we're talking about nostalgia. So this is where somebody's going back through their childhood memories. and just kind of thinking the time of innocence and healing, and just kind of sort of thinking about what was familiar to you as you are moving on from some things and holding on to childhood memories as you're healing and thinking about your legacy, the legacy that you're building moving forward. Yeah, the legacy that you and someone are building and moving forward, and just realizing that some people are just built a certain way, right? Yeah, some people are just built a certain way. Yeah, some people are just built a certain way. Yeah, you have two energies. You have two energies who are, like I said, they are in a karmic relationship, and the only thing they value is money. I mean, the only thing they value is um, um, unhealthy three-letter S word. We gotta be real careful with S, with the last letter X as an X-ray. So the door is open. So pure intention can open doors in the universe and make the impossible possible. Believe deeply in goodness and watch the magic happen, right? So yeah, the door is open. And so the spirit of love, don't search for true love, for it will find you if you just hold on to who you are. The world already loves your essence, so don't change it for anyone. Yeah, so don't change it for anyone. So participate. And you see this tree. So yeah, so there's a lot of messages in trees, a lot of, so don't confuse intention with entitlement. The entitlement to demand from the world leaves you with nothing. The world is rich and so are you. So we're gonna leave it there. But yeah, so that's what Source wants somebody to understand, is that you're already rich. There's two energies that, like I said before, somebody has made, you made a lot of sacrifices. And so Source is saying, have you put so much energy into something that in hindsight, looking back, you just think to yourself, wow, I should have ended something with these two energies, because they were getting a lot of their wishes fulfilled, and all to make you look like a fool, right? So I see someone doing energy work. Yeah, to just reclaim your peace. You're just taking all parts of you back from every timeline, every portal, every dimension. Someone is definitely doing a deep spiritual cleanse, but that is what I have for you, Virgo. Hopefully, this is extremely helpful. But I see that you are valued by your community. Someone is just like I said, you're valued by your community, because people see that you're not going to just do anything for money. I mean, you're not going to do just any old thing for money. I mean, people have been watching you. They have been, and even if I mean, remember the judgment card. Pluto is retrograde right now, and it takes people on an emotional roller coaster. And people watch people all the time. You have devices. People have devices in their homes. They have cameras. They have, that's kind of goes back to, you know, larger portals, especially if you have like memberships or whatever. It goes to larger places where people watch, listen, the whole 9 yards. But um, maybe a lot of lies have been told about you in the past. Who knows? I mean, but people evolve, people go through rebirths, right? And so, two energies said a lot of things about you to sacrifice you after all the sacrifices that you made. And Source is saying to you, hey, listen, you know the sacrifices that you made. And guess what? You have physical evidence of all of the investments that you've made in a lot of energies that sacrificed you, that is a part of your legacy. And so Source is saying it's time for you to start investing in you. Start investing in you. Start investing in you. Some people, it's just transactional for them. That's it. Their smiles and their emotions go as far as what they can get from you. Wise up, like immediately, okay? Get your rest, do your cleansing baths, say your releasing prayers. I put prayers on the community page on Instagram, and then also on YouTube community page. And leave all of the foolishness behind. You're not a fool. Just full and upright. This is about closing out a cycle, marching to the beat of your own drum. Let's see if there's any ancestor messages, and we're gonna close this out. Yeah, we're gonna try to keep it short and sweet. Keep your vibrations high and enjoy. Wherever you are, hopefully the weather is nice. Hopefully the weather is beautiful. Hopefully it's gorgeous. Hopefully it's nice. But yeah, keep your vibrations high. Journal your journey. That's right. That's a good practice too. It's time to start dating again for somebody. It's time to start dating again. Make a list of pros and cons. Yeah, listen to your intuition. That's right. Listen to your intuition. Step through the portal. This is the next phase of life. The moon is moving into Gemini. Like I said, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And while Mercury is not retrograde right now, and all of these videos are timeless, by the way, it's a great time to, like I said, journal. Mercury is the community, the messenger planet, and you got the message loud and clear. This is how I'm telling y'all. Like if you can take it personal for a while if you want to. Yeah, okay. Some people are into whatever. You can look at it however you want to look at it. Because it's a sword, but somebody wants to do a destiny swap. Somebody somehow looked at your life as being better than theirs. Okay, all right, whatever. I wouldn't recommend doing a destiny swap because you don't really know generationally what people have gone through. So, hey, whatever works for some people. Maybe they looked at your life and thought it was better than theirs, but they don't know what heaven or hell you went through. But hey, whatever works. Um, if it's a wish fulfillment for them, hey, it's a wish fulfillment for them. Hey, do them. You're doing you. Bottom line is they're gonna also have to, but what they cannot take away from you is your memory. They can't take away the raw memory of your experience where you have the seeds that you have planted and grown in the earth. They can't take that away. That's what copycats cannot take away from you. That's what you're going to have to remember. People cannot take that away from you. That's literally like somebody saying that they grew up in a certain area where you grew up from, right? Like I was born in Washington, D.C. There's certain things that if I talked about being born in Washington, D.C., that people can't take that away from me. I don't care where I go in the world. If I connect with people who was born in Washington D.C. and I start talking about what school I went to, like certain places that may not even exist anymore or whatever. I start talking about certain things. People would be like, "Oh, what?" That's the connection right there. If I grew up in certain neighborhoods or schools or certain, you can't. It's certain things you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would want to be somebody else? So, it's one thing for, like I say, so sources say to you, it's time for you to start dating again. Some people, like I said before, it's one thing, like I said, if people don't know, that is, I'm telling you, if people, it's one thing where people don't know. And sometimes people don't know. Sometimes people could be adopted. Some people could not know who, one side of the family is from. It's, y'all take case by case. The point is that somebody, you're a light worker. You're a light worker. Okay. You're valued by your community. And so, but bottom line for your reading, source is saying to you, don't get into all of you got two energies. Like I said before, for them, if it's not about money, for them, it don't even make sense. And that's what it boils down to. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. They'll tell whoever, whatever, to get what they want. So if somebody just had to learn something, however they had to learn it. But you're definitely a light worker. And if you weren't a light worker then, you're a light worker now. So, and things are starting to become clearer and clearer and clearer for you. So that's what I have for you, but everything is here. So embrace the spiritual belief that everything already exists in the here and now. Live in the present moment and be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have. But listen to your intuition, okay? Bye.